Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Radhe Hare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivane Hare Vallabha Girivane Hare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivane Hare Yasodanandana Vrajagana Ranjana Yasodanandana Vrajagana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivane Hari Vallabha Girivane Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivane Hari Vallabha Girivane Hari Yasodanandana Vrajagana Ranjana Nana Vrajagana Ranjana Yasodanandana Vrajagana Ranjana Nana Vrajagana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Bhagavacharya Satarya Satashishi Mad His Divine Grace H.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Gauda Vaishnavendra Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Sikho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki ISKCON founder Srila Prabhupada Ki Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jamuna Mai Ki Ganga Mai Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Bhakta Devi Ki Shri Radha Golokananda Ki Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. So we're reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we're still in chapter 20 of Madhya Lila. Lord Chaitanya instructs Sanatana Goswami in the science of the absolute truth. We'll begin at text 312. And got about 100 more texts to this chapter. It's one of the long ones. So Lord Chaitanya is speaking to Sanatana Goswami. He says, he continues, the truth about Lord Shiva is that he is always covered with three material coverings, Vikarika, Taijasa, and Tamasa. Because of these three modes of material nature, he always associates with the external energy of egotism itself. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, chapter 88, text 3. 313. Sri Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is situated beyond the range of material nature. Therefore, he is the supreme, transcendental person. He can see everything inside and outside. Therefore, he is the supreme overseer of all living entities. If someone takes shelter of his lotus feet and worships him, he also attains a transcendental position. This is also from Srimad Bhagavatam, text 10, 88. Canto 10, text 88, text 5. Last one was text 3, this was 5. Omaganda Timaranda Shaganandana Shalakaya Chakshuronitamina Tajmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We see the Lord Chaitanya, even in his preaching, he quotes a lot of verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and other Puranas and literatures. 3:14. For the maintenance of the universe, Lord Krishna descends as his personal plenary expansion in the form of Vishnu. He is the director of the mode of goodness. Therefore, he is transcendental to the material energy. Lord Vishnu is in the category of Svamsa because he has opulences almost equal to Krishna. Krishna is the original person, and Lord Vishnu is his personal expansion. This is the verdict of all Vedic literatures. Purport. Although an incarnation of material energy, Lord Brahma is nonetheless the director of the material mode of passion. Similarly, Lord Shiva, although simultaneously one with and different from Lord Krishna, is still the incarnation of the mode of darkness. However, Lord Vishnu is Krishna's personal expansion. Therefore, he is the director of the mode of goodness and is always transcendentally situated beyond the jurisdiction of the modes of material nature. Lord Vishnu is the original personal expansion of Krishna, and Krishna is the original source of all incarnations. As far as power is concerned, Lord Vishnu is as powerful as Lord Krishna. Lord Vishnu is as powerful as Lord Krishna because he possesses all the same opulences. Sometimes there are actually people who believe that Vishnu is the source and all the other incarnations expand from him. Those Ram Bhaktas think that Ram Chandra is the source. This is their, we shouldn't unsettle their minds. That's fine if that's their Ishtadev and that's the way they worship. It's not that we got to take a hammer and try to beat it out of them. It's fine. In the Adi Leela, it discusses this, that sometimes that you see this, and that it's perfectly fine for a Vaishnava, whatever Ishtadev they worship. Bona fide Lord, as you can see, in reality, they're all non-different. We understand, because the Lord Chaitanya is telling us that Krishna is the original, and Krishna declares that himself in the Bhagavad Gita 3:16. When the flame of one candle is expanded to another candle and placed in a different position, it burns separately. And its illumination is as powerful as the original candles. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, expands himself in different forms as Vishnu, who is equally luminous, powerful, and opulent. Let me worship that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, text 46. The conclusion is that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are simply devotee incarnations who carry out orders. However, Lord Vishnu is the maintainer. Lord Vishnu, the maintainer, is the personal feature of Lord Krishna. Lord Brahma said, I am engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to create. Following his orders, Lord Shiva dissolves everything. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his form as Kshirodakshai Vishnu, maintains all the affairs of the material nature. Thus, the supreme controller of the three modes of material nature is Lord Vishnu. Purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, chapter 6, text 32. Lord Brahma gave this information to Devarshi Narada when he was receiving instructions from Lord Brahma to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma. After describing the universal form of the Lord, Lord Brahma explained that his position and Lord Shiva's position are controlled by Lord Vishnu. 3:19. O Sanatan, now just hear about the incarnations associated with the reign of each Manu, Manvatara avatars. They are unlimited, and no one can count them. Just hear of their source. In one day of Brahma, there are 14 changes of Manus, and during the reign of each of those 14 Manus, an incarnation is manifested by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there's a different Lord incarnates differently in each Manu. There's a specific incarnation. This is also broke down in the 8th canto, all these different Manvatars, all the different personalities of Godhead that incarnate during each Manvatar. All 14 are described in the 8th canto. Purport. In this verse, it can be calculated that in 1 month, 30 days of Brahma's life, there are 420 Manvatara avatars, and that in 1 year, 360 days of his life, there are 5,040 Manvatara incarnations. Thus, for the 100 years of Brahma's life, there are a total of 504,000 Manvatara avatars. In addition, the Manus themselves are considered partial incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So each one has an Indra. These are all positions. These Manvatars are positions, universal positions, and there's an Indra in each one of these, so that the whole, and then different personalities take up these positions. It's not that the same personality is in the same one every year, because at the end of Brahma's day, everything is dissolved. It's a partial annihilation. And then when Brahma wakes up again, things he creates again. Everything but the Gyanaloka, Tapaloka, those upper planetary systems remain. Those Tapaloka is nothing but brahmacharis and performing meditation, and they're on the same time zone. Even Gyanaloka and Tapa, they escape the heat because there's heat generates and destroys these lower planetary systems. This is goes to the wash and heat cycle of the universe. Okay, so 321. There are 14 Manvatara avatars in one day of Brahma, 420 in 1 month, and 5,040 in 1 year. During the 100 years of Brahma's life, there are 504,000 Manvatara avatars. The number of Manvatara avatars for only one universe has been given. One can only imagine how many Manvatara avatars exist in the innumerable universes. And all these universes and Brahmas exist only during one exhalation of Mahavishnu. I mean, it's so much. There's no limit to the exhalations of Mahavishnu. Just see how possible it is to break or write of only the Manvatara avatars. Speak or write. Of course, we have Swayambhuva is the first one. And in the Swayambhuva Manvatar, the avatar is named Yagna. In the Svarkosika Manvatar, he is named Vibhu. In the Anuttama Manvatar, he is named Satyasena. And in the Tamasa Manvatar, he is named Hari. In the Raivrata Manvatar, the avatar is named Vaikuntha. And then Chaksusa Manvatar, he is named Ajita. And the Vaisvata Manvatar, he is named Vamana. And the Svarna Manvatar, he is named Sarvabhona. And the Daksa Sarvana Manvatar, Svarna Manvatar, he is named Rasab. So we just, in 8th canto also is the story of Vamana Dev. So we see these different incarnations come with these different Manvatars. In the Brahma Svarnaya Manvatar, the avatar is named Vishvaksena. And in the Dharma Sarna, he is named Dharma Setu. In the Rudra Svarna, he is named Sudama. And in the Deva Svarna, he is named Yogeshvara. In the Indra Svarna Manvatara, the avatar is named Brihanbanu. These are the names of the 14 avatars and the 14 Manvatars. Purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his Anubhas gives a list of Manus in their father's names. Swayambhuva Manu, the son of Lord Brahma. Svarosika, the son of Svaroksis, or Agni, the predominating deity of fire. Uttama, the son of King Priyavarta. 4, Tamasha, the brother of Uttama. 5, Raivrata, the twin brother of Tamasa. 6, Chaksusa, the son of the demigod Chaksus. 7, Vaisvata, the son of Vivasvan, the sun god, whose name is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, the 4th chapter, text 1. Number 8, Svarni is the son born in the sun god and his born to the sun god and his wife Chaya. 9, Daksas, Svarni, the son of the demigod Varuna. 10, Brahma, Svarini, the son of Upashloka. 11 through 14, Rudra Svarni, Dharma Svarni, Deva Svarni, and Indra Svarni, the sons of Rudra, Ruchi, Satyasha, and Bhuti, respectively. text 329. O Sanatan, now hear from me about the Yuga avatars, the incarnations for the millenniums. First of all, there are 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Yuga, and Kali. You can see that all this information actually was Rupa Goswami wrote books on this information. And then Sanatana Goswami actually wrote books on what Rupa Goswami was told in the chapter 19. Of course, there was a lot more information than what we have here, but you can show that they both were sharing. What did Lord Chaitanya tell you? What did you hear from him? And they would share the information between the two, relishing the pastimes that they had with Lord Chaitanya. And then based on that, they wrote these books that we have now. That's Lilamrita, the Brihad, and then there's the Laghu Bhagavatamrita. And this Laghu Bhagavatam explains everything we're reading right here. 330. In the 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, the Lord incarnates in 4 colors: white, red, black, and yellow, respectively. These are the colors of the incarnations in different millenniums. This child formerly had 3 colors, according to the prescribed color for different millenniums. Formerly he was white, red, and yellow, and now he has assumed a blackish color. Purport. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 8, text 13. Was spoken by Garga Muni when performing the name-given ceremony for Krishna at the house of Nanda Maharaj. The following 2 verses are also from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 5, text 21 and 24. Text 332. In Satya Yuga, the Lord appeared in a body colored white, with 4 arms and matted hair. He wore tree bark and bore a black antelope skin. He wore a sacred thread and a garland of rudraksha beads. He carried a rod and water pot, and he was a brahmachari. Does anybody want to know who that was? Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga was Swambhuva Manu at this Satya Yuga, and his daughter was Devahuti, who married Kardama Muni, and their son was Kapila. Now, then that's Satya Yuga. Treta Yuga, the Lord, who knows which cycle, because of the 3 cycles that happened. We just have the history. In Treta Yuga, the Lord appeared in a body that had a reddish hue and 4 arms. There were 3 distinctive lines in his abdomen, and his hair was golden. His form manifests the Vedic knowledge, and he bore the symbols of a sacrificial spoon, a ladle, and so on. 334. The white incarnation. The Lord taught religion and meditation. He offered benedictions to Kardama Muni. In this way, he showed his causeless mercy. Purport. Kardama Muni was one of the Prajapatis. He married Devahuti, the daughter of Manu, and their son was Kapila Dev. The Supreme Lord was pleased with Kardama Muni's austerities, and he appeared before Kardama Muni in a whitish body. This happened in Satya Yuga, millennium, when people were accustomed to practicing meditation. I mean, the population wasn't huge because it was primarily these yogis who would come to this planet because this heavenly planet is a very auspicious place to perform these types of activities. Heavenly planets, you tend to forget, because the conditions aren't good for, because you get so many distractions. There's so many allurements of enjoyment. And then you get too far down, it's the same thing. Like Bali had a special planet, Sutala was where Bali was given to him by a Lord because of his honesty. We just talked about how Brahmins were, the cow was stolen, and talked about how you shouldn't steal from a Brahmin, and in that pastime with Vamanadev, and he took asked for 3 pieces of land, and he agreed to give it to him, but Sukacharya tried to talk him out of it. And he said, there are sometimes conditions where you can go back on your word. If you're trying to save your own life, there's conditions when you can technically lie. But Bali said, I do not fear death. I do not fear poverty. I do not fear anything as much as I fear being dishonest to a Brahmin. There's nothing I fear more than that. So, and of course, then he gave him, Vamanadev, what he wanted, and then because of his honesty, he was given to plant it. And then his grandson was also, you should go there with all your family, and then y'all can be happy. And then he also agreed to be the doorkeeper to protect that planet. Because the demons and the demigods are always going back and forth fighting. And Bali had just taken over the heavenly planets, and now he's just about getting it all taken back away from him. 335. In Satya Yuga, the people were generally advanced in spiritual knowledge and could meditate upon Krishna very easily. The people's occupational duty in Treta Yuga was to perform great sacrifices. This was introduced by the personality of Godhead in his reddish incarnation. Dwapara Yuga, the people's occupational duty was to worship the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, Lord Krishna appeared in a blackish body, personally induced people to worship him. In Dwapara Yuga, the personality of Godhead appeared in a blackish hue. He is dressed in yellow. He holds his own weapons, and he is decorated with the Kaustubha jewel and the mark of Srivast. That is how his symptoms are described. Purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 5, Text 27. The sham color is not exactly blackish. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur compares it to the color of the Astasi flower. I have no idea what that flower looks like, but like a blue lotus, they're just not around right now, not on this planet anymore. In other Dwapara Yugas, previous to Lord Krishna's appearance, the Supreme Lord appeared in a greenish body by his own personal expansion. This is mentioned in the Vishnu Purana, Harivamsa, and the Mahabharata. Text 338. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, expanded as Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Purport. This is a prayer from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 5, Text 29, spoken by Karabhajana Muni when he was questioned by Maharaj Nime, the king of Videha, about the incarnations in specific yugas and their method of worship. Karabhajana Muni was one of the 9 Yogendras, and he met the king to inform him about future incarnations. 339. By this mantra, the people worship Lord Krishna in Dwapara Yuga. In Kali Yuga, the occupational duty of people is to chant congregationally the holy name of Krishna. Purport. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th Canto, Chapter 3, Text 51. Kalir dosa nidhe rajam asti eko mahaguna kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta bandha paravrajat. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Thus, in Kali Yuga, one worships Lord Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To propagate this movement, Lord Krishna personally appeared as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is described in the following verse, text 340. In the age of Kali, Lord Krishna assumes a golden color and, accompanied by his personal devotees, introduced Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. By this process, he delivers love for Krishna to the general populace. Lord Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, personally introduces the occupational duty of the age of Kali. He personally chants and dances in ecstatic love, and thus the entire world chants congregationally. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, text 5, chapter 5, text 32. It says, see also Adi Leela, chapter 3, text 52, 343. In the other three yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, people perform different types of spiritual activities. Whatever results they achieve in that way, they can achieve in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. This is as mentioned above, this verse. This is repeated again, Canto 12, text 3, Canto 3, text 51. Whatever result is obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, in Dwapara Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can also be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Report. This verse is quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 12:352. At the present moment, in Kali Yuga, there are many false meditators who can concoct some imaginary form and try to meditate upon it. It has become fashionable to meditate, but people know nothing about the object of meditation. That is explained here. Yad Yayatos Vishnu. One has to meditate upon Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna without referring to the Shastras. So-called meditators aim at impersonal objects. Lord Krishna has condemned them in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, text 5. Kleso dukkaratas tesam avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham deva vaibhir avaprayate avyapate. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Not knowing how to meditate, foolish people simply suffer, and there is no benefit derived from their spiritual activities. The same idea expressed in this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam can be found in the following verse from the Vishnu Purana, 6th Canto, chapter 2, 17, Padma Purana, Uttarakhanda, 72.25, and Brihan Nardia Purana, 38.97. Text 346. Whatever is achieved in meditation in Satyuga by performance of yagna in Treta Yuga, or the worship of Krishna's lotus feet in Dwapara Yuga, is also obtained in the age of Kali simply by chanting the glories of Lord Keshava. And these verses are being repeated here to drive home how important they are. Those who are advanced and highly qualified and are interested in the essence of life know the good qualities of Kali Yuga. Such people worship the age of Kali because in this age one can advance in spiritual knowledge and attains life goal simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 5, text 36, spoken by the great sage Karnabhajan Rishi, one of the 9 Yogendras. The sage was informing Maharaj Nimi about the people's duty to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to different processes and different yugas. 348. Anybody got any comments or questions they want to about what we're... As stated before when I described the incarnations of material modes, guna avatars, one should consider that these incarnations also are unlimited and that no one can count them. Thus I have given a description of the incarnations of the 4 yugas. After hearing all this, Sanatana Goswami gave an indirect hint to the Lord. Sanatana Goswami had been a minister under Nawab Hussain Shah, and he was undoubtedly intelligent as Brihaspati, the chief priest of the heavenly kingdom. Due to the Lord's unlimited mercy, Sanatana Goswami questioned him without hesitation. Sanatana Goswami said, I am very insignificant living entity. I am low and poorly behaved. How can I understand who is the incarnation for the age of Kali? Purport. This verse is very important in reference to the incarnations of God. At present, there are especially many rascals prevalent in India who proclaim themselves incarnations of God or goddesses. Thus they are fooling and bluffing foolish people. On behalf of the general populace, Sanatana Goswami presented himself as a foolish, low-born, poorly behaved person, although he was a most exalted personality. Inferior people cannot accept the real God, yet they are very eager to accept an imitation God who can simply bluff foolish people. All this is going on in the age of Kali. To guide these foolish people, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answers the question as follows. Text 352. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, as in other ages, an incarnation is accepted according to the directions of the Shastras. In the age of Kali, an incarnation of God should be accepted in that way. Purport. According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the way an incarnation should be accepted. Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, Sadhu Shastra Guru Vakya Jite Te Kari Aika. One should accept a thing as genuine by studying the words of saintly people, the spiritual master and the Shastra. This is Guru Sadhu Shastra. The actual sinner is the Shastra, the real scriptures. If a spiritual master does not speak according to the revealed scripture, he is not to be accepted. Similarly, if a saintly person does not speak according to Shastra, he is not a saintly person. The Shastra is a center for all. Undoubtedly, at the present moment, people do not refer to the Shastras. Therefore, they accept rascals as incarnations, and consequently, they have made incarnations into a very cheap thing. Intelligent people who follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions and the instructions of the Acharya, the bona fide spiritual master will not accept a pretender as an incarnation of God in Kali Yuga. The only incarnation is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Imitation incarnations take advantage of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord appeared within the past 500 years, played as the son of a Brahmin from Nadia, and introduced the Sankirtan movement. Imitating Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ignoring the Shastra, rascals present themselves as incarnations and introduce their rascalism as a religious process. As we have repeatedly said, religion can be given only by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From the discussions in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand that in different ages, the Supreme Lord introduces different systems and different religious duties. In the age of Kali, the only incarnation of Krishna is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he introduced the religious duty of Kali Yuga, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll end it right there. It's a good spot. This is why it's so important to read. Shastra, that's the foundation. Prabhupada didn't like blind followers. Didn't want people to be blind followers. You're not going to know if people, if they're saying anything correct, if you don't read Shastra. You have no reference. So it's very important not to be misled. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Yeah, well, Krishna is non-different than his name, yes. And then Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. They're both Krishna, yes. And whatever...
Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham
Namah Shami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Bhagavani Jnane Divasesha Shunyavadi Vasachane Tarane Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Kamunachananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gauraturina Chaitanya Shri Krishna Nayana Ramanityananda Dvaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gauraturina Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Vaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gauraturina Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Paramahansa Paravatikacharya also Teta Satashi Shimad. His divine grace of Ayatana Shila Prabhupada.
Harinam Sankirtan today in the post office on Franklin Street from 5 to 7. It's going to be a beautiful evening, and the students are back, and everybody will be in a good mood because classes have just started, and they're just in a good mood in the beginning of the semester. So please come. It'll be very nice to give them the chance to hear the holy name. 5 to 7 tonight, this afternoon. Chaitodarpanam marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. Beautiful yellow day. Parvatma Snapanam Paramvijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapitani Amitasmarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjani Nanuraga Trinada Pisunichena Tarora Pisuhishuna Amani Namana Dena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Ohetaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Budao Kripayata Vavada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nayanam Gadashru Daraya Varanam Gad Garu Dayagira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanamagrahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Ravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishyava Padamritam Banastumam Adarshanam Marmahata Karotuva Yatatatava Vidadatu Lampato Mad Prananatastu Sa Evanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please